Welcome to The Library is Open. So, some quick introductions. I'm Diego De La Rosa.
I am Kylie Swolson. You don't have to. You don't have to learn my real last name.
Swolson.
That's all you have to know.
Fun facts about ourselves. Kylie laughs like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Please don't make me laugh.
See? Ew. Ew. So you may be wondering, what is The Library is Open? That's a great question.
Next.
That we're not going to answer. Just kidding. No. We're basically two high schoolers who are good Judies. We're good friends.
Oh, yes. 100%.
Yeah, but we basically want to make a podcast and have some fun. And we also are really invested in fan fiction.
100%. I am a avid believer in Rule 34.
Yes. And, you know, like fan fiction is to life as chromosomes are to DNA. You know, they're essential. And I think fan fiction, we all went through fan fiction phases.
I wrote some.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait, you did? I never do this? Oh, no.
On an upcoming episode.
Our season finale is going to be reading your damn fan... No, you didn't.
Yes, I 100% did. On Wattpad.
Oh, no. What were your fandoms?
One Direction.
Ew.
Look forward to that. And I also edited people's fanfics. Like, they would come to me and ask me to read their fanfiction.
You were like a publisher. Next. Nope. Not gonna work. Sally, you really need to work on this job.
I just don't think it's believable.
Would you be mean? Or how would you, like...
No, that'd be pretty nice. I'd just be like, oh, like, maybe change this part. Like, you can't just move into the relationship that fast.
Okay, fair enough.
You know?
Yeah, okay. But yeah, each episode's gonna be... You good?
I'm good. What were we saying?
Each episode's gonna be like themed around a specific topic or area of our choosing. And this week we chose Disney. Woo! So we're gonna talk about Disney for a little.
You can go ahead and start us
So
off.
I love Disney. I'm an avid Disney fan. I think Disney princes were some of my first crushes. I really do. Li Shang, oof. Aladdin, oof.
Lightning McQueen, oof.
Oh no. But yeah, so we're just that's what this podcast is gonna be about. So, you know, you just gotta roll with the punches. It's just gonna be us exploring things we really like and ruining them.
Yep, 100%.
You know, really just ruining them. We may not have, you know, great quality, but we're making it work. Because what?
Yeah.
There's a will.
There's a way.
Exactly.
There's a
So
will.
I love Disney, as I was saying. I love Disneyland. I'm a hoe for anything Disney. So that's why I really wanted to ruin it for my first episode.
Yeah, you know, Disney's a big part of my childhood, and what better way to start this podcast off than to just ruin that right off the bat?
Like, we hate, you know?
Yeah, you know, you gotta start off strong.
Yeah.
Ruin it for you guys, too.
Yeah.
What's new?
All right, so we're going to go into a segment where we're going to try to open each episode with, which is called Kylie Cares.
All right, so we're going to start this update thing. Recently, I've tried to become a babysitter, get some babysitting gigs.
She's a mentor. She's
I'm
a mentor for children.
I'm a mentor.
That's what
Don't
she
ask.
put on her resume.
Yep. On care.com, look me up if you ever need a babysitter.
Ew.
But, to start it off, it's been kind of rough. You know, it's not easy trying to become a babysitter. I've reached out to a lot of families, and I think one of the craziest ones, not crazy, but, like, she asked me to watch her kids, like, tomorrow. Not, like, and I hadn't even met her yet, and she has 3 kids. And I was like,
How old were they?
They were 6 months, 8, and 13.
Did you have to breastfeed them?
She asked me, she was like, do you have experience with newborns and infants? And I was like, yeah, sure, I can like do this and that. And then one of my friends was saying, oh, like, does she want you to breastfeed? And I was like, yes. She asked me if I could lactate for her.
I said yes.
Of course I said yes.
Oh, sorry, we hit the table.
I'm so sorry, baby.
So sorry. Kylie also has these really crusty acrylic nails from prom still.
Just shh.
Ew.
Shh. It's okay. It's just a little bit of
ASMR. So yeah, so we're gonna try to update with Kylie's care adventures each week. But yeah, she can't breastfeed, but
please hire me. I mentor kids. I can do it, I swear.
I don't buy that.
I'll
Miss
be
Kylie! Miss Kylie!
She can have some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the job hunt. We'll keep you updated
She's
on
on the
anything.
grind.
I'm trying to get on the grind. It's hard.
Okay, scenario. There's a kid, right? He's throwing a tantrum.
Yes.
He cuts your hair while you like without you knowing.
Yes.
What do you do? Because he's not your kid. Like in that moment. Because I know you get heated.
I will take a breath because I do well with children. But step number 2 is it's nap time. You know, I'll wait. I'm patient. I can wait. We're going to wait until it's nap time. He goes to sleep. I find a pair of scissors. He's not going to be happy. You know, eye for an eye. I'm an avid believer in Hammurabi's Code.
Oh. We love AP World History.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He cuts off a big section of my hair. He's going bald. Like,
okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like,
you know, it's snack time.
uh-huh.
And I just happen to have a bottle of laxatives with me. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Timmy, I made this just for you.
Come get y'all juice.
Come get y'all juice. So how would you explain it to the mother when she gets home?
I'll just be like, I don't know what happened. I gave him all the snacks you gave me. You know, he was running around with a pair of scissors. I tried to stop him. I mean, I'll be like, or in my head, I'd be like, this bitch came at me. Homeboy was after me.
Homeboy really tried to snatch my weave. Alright, so, on the theme of Disney, do you want to jump right into it?
Let's just go for
it.
it.
Oh, yes.
So,
we have to read the title and then guess what it's about.
Yep.
Kylie's read this.
Yep, I've read it. I'm a true fan of this work, I think, after one read. That's all I needed.
Oh.
It's titled The Massage, and in parentheses, or Buzz's Wings, by Ashley Ben Love on Archives.
Oh, no. So I think Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna be like Woody and Buzz? They both sound like vibrators. You're more of a Woody or more... Let's go with that. Woody or Buzz?
Oh,
FMK, Woody, Buzz, Zurg.
Zurg. Okay. I'm killing Buzz.
Really?
Just because he seems a little bit too airhead for me. I'd probably...
He thinks he's an astronaut.
That ain't my problem. You better get his shit together.
Okay.
But that's tough. You know what? I'll go with Mary Woody. You know, he's a well-rounded guy. He's a cowboy. You can't go wrong with a cowboy.
Are you really gonna fuck Zurg?
Yeah, 100%.
What?
What do you mean?
Would he keep his mask on the whole time?
until it starts getting too hot.
Okay,
yeah.
And then what do you think he looks like under the mask? It's Al from Al Toy's Toy Barn.
He made a voodoo doll of himself.
I would probably kill Zurg.
Mm.
He's not my type.
Okay. I like the dark and angsty type.
You know, I like being tied, so Woody F all the way.
Just F when you can marry and have that, like...
But Buzz, I feel like Buzz would like take me on adventures. We'd go explore and
have
stuff.
Have you ever seen his ears? No, you haven't. They're covered by his weird
the
purple thing.
I'm sure they're cute. But, like, I don't know if the helmet... He can take the helmet off, right?
Yeah. Well, he never takes
it off?
He never takes the suit off.
That's for me to find out. I'll make him take it off. I have my ways. Think. But, yeah.
Strong.
Also, do you think Jesse should have stayed? Or do you think Little Bo was done dirty? Little Bo Peep, remember? They just had it for the first movie and they're like, oh, she left.
Yeah. She was a wholesome gal. She deserved better.
I think so, too. They were just like, next!
And what about Wheezy? He is my role model for life. I wanted to find something with him in it, but this one just stood out.
I was more of a Slinky Dog type of guy.
Oh, that's
Slinky
weird.
just like... He's so depressed. But that's why I love him. It's just, I've always really leaned towards depressing characters. And I think it's because I feel bad for them. And then I'm like, you deserve better. Like with Winnie the Pooh, I was always an Eeyore guy.
Eeyore?
Love Eeyore. Still love Eeyore. But Slinky Dog, they're like, Slinky, like the only time he has screen time is when they need to use him to get somewhere. And then the rest of the time he's like, okay.
You're the Slinky Dog to me, the real Family Dog. He's just kind of old and tired and like... Yes. That
we balance each other out. We compliment each other, you know?
Alright, so you were close. It is Buzz. But it's Buzz Lightyear and Jessie.
Oh, no.
You know they had to make it hetero. They had to.
Oh, no. Wait, is this... Oh, I don't know if I like this.
Oh, just wait. Oh. Are we doing summaries, too, for a little sneak peek?
Sure, let's do the summaries and then the debrief.
Sometimes all Jessie had to do for Buzz's wings to pop out was to whisper, "Hi, Buzz," in a breathy voice. She knew that it was his natural reaction to his desire for her, and she did not mind it. In fact, she reveled in the fact that she produced that kind of reaction in him. It made her feel beautiful and sexy.
They're just getting straight to the point here. They're just like, Like
that was one of those summaries where they just cut it from.
Oh yeah, it's like Control-C, Control-V, enter.
Oh, that was actually the first paragraph of the chapter 2. No, like their summary was how they started it.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Wait.
No thought.
How much money you want to bet Jessie's fucked her cousin before? She seems like one of those country folk.
We love the inbred. We love all types of people.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, root for a nice live. She sees Ancestry.com as Tinder. She goes, oh, he's my cousin. Slapped. Swipe her left.
Super liked.
Super matched.
She's like, same last name. Ooh. Makes marriage easy.
She's like, Ma, I don't have to change my last name anymore. Jessie and Mater. We
love crossovers.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright. Here we go.
How breathy do you think the voice is?
It's weird because you gotta put a southern accent on it too, like
hi Buzz, like that.
Hi Buzz.
Yeah,
I think that was it.
Bye Biff. It's Bad Baby.
It's her with the redhead wig
on. Coming out of her white convertible.
All right. She remembered one instance when Buzz had been playing a board game with Woody. She had whispered in Buzz's ear, "My seams ache for your touch."
Seams?
Her seams. She's a toy. No, but
how does
sense.
How does seams ache? Girl, my skin is aching for you. My joints quaking.
My ligaments shaking.
Shook.
And backed away as quickly as possible because Buzz's wings had popped out within a few seconds.
Let's talk about this. That was a bag. We need to open it and take it out. Okay.
All right. Cat's out of the bag.
So is it
yes.
Are these a penis? We'll cut straight there.
I think it's like
a
when he
boner?
pops one. Yes.
He pops a fat one?
Yeah. So it's like
So
his way of like expressing. It's like, you know, when you're embarrassed, your cheeks get red. I think it's like
Which
that.
cheeks? I can make your hands clap. We get copyrighted.
The copyright strike. And then Woody had laughed, and she had given Woody a dirty look, but he kept laughing. Jerk. Man, she just does. He's being quite rude.
He is.
What do you think his equivalent to wings popping out are? His pull string drops.
I got a snake in my pants.
No. That instance had involved Woody saying, "Would your wings like some alone time with Jesse?"
What?
While rolling on the floor laughing. Jesus. When Buzz had
Jesus. I thought that was part of the... Jesus.
Alright. When Buzz had taken Jesse by the hand into the closet for a sexual interlude.
Oh, they're getting into it.
It's done.
She was like, wings out, time to party.
He had complained to her about how he felt so self-conscious by the fact that his wings did that. She consoled him that time. But every time she did something that made his desire for her peak and his wings came out, Buzz would feel so embarrassed by this that it was so hard to pull him out of his trance. Wow, we love body issues.
We love
we got a lot of them. Yeah. We love pillow talk.
I like how she's just trying to fuck him and he's like, I hate myself. Nothing like a self-deprecating man. We love
my favorite type.
Mm-hmm. She probably feels so good. She probably feels.
Jesse felt dead set to pull him away from his feeling embarrassment for something so natural and involuntary. Telling him that this happens to be a natural reaction and that there was nothing wrong with it, it did not work. What? Was nothing wrong with it, did not... Oh, telling him that didn't work. While he accepted her statements, he still looked like he wanted to run away and hide under the bed or in Bonnie's hamper every time it happened. This is...
Why is he... Girl, you got
really
wings.
He's really in simp time right now.
But I think he's... God's plan.
You know, we don't body shame here.
But like, if his wings do it, why be
yeah.
But I get it. Like, guys try to hide their boners.
I guess.
You know, I think all of us have like put textbooks when we get at one.
Yeah,
or,
I
like,
relate. I know the feeling. It was cute that it embarrassed him, sure, but come on. What woman wants her romantic partner to feel embarrassed for being sexually aroused by her? No one. Wanting to heave Buzz from feeling awkward about this.
Heave! We love word choice.
We love looking at a thesaurus.
Like, damn, I need another word. Heave, I know.
Big brother, huge sibling. Wanting to heave Buzz from feeling awkward about this was as much for her sake as it was for his. Alright, homegirl on a mission.
She said wings out, down to fuck. Wings out, panties out.
Wings
her
out,
seams
cheeks out.
are busting right now.
Finna bust a seam.
She gonna need some new stitches.
Therefore, one afternoon, when Bonnie's family was not at home, Jesse decided to do something for Buzz to make him okay with this visible reaction to sexual arousal. The two were sitting together on the couch in the family room, his hand around her waist when she decided to spring it onto the Space Ranger toy. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Copyright strike. Do you want to do anything right now, Jess? Buzz I didn't mean to read that so girly.
Wow, Buzz. This wing thing's really getting it. Oh my god, plot twist, he's transgender. That's why he's so self-conscious.
Finally, she could tell him. He hoped he'd agree to it and that he'd become like putty in her hands. She pulled away from his hold on her waist so that she could face him and tell him what she wanted to tell him. Baby, I want to give your wings a nice sensuous massage. Jessie whispered, breathy.
A massage?
Yes. Jessie
She just starts chopping his back.
She's like, you got a real knot right here. She uses her elbow.
She's one of the people who walk on the back. She's like, damn you, Tim.
Jessie watched Buzz's face as she registered what she had told him. I think he meant to put he. He gulped, his eyes widened.
Gulped?
She swore his face went flush, and he said, wow.
Wow. He's a man of few words.
She leaned forward so that she knelt in between his legs, her hands on his shoulders, and her mouth near his ear. Do you want that, Buzz? It'll feel so good, baby. I promise.
Baby, it'll feel so good, baby. I promise. Baby.
What? I can make you feel so wonderful. You'll forget that you were ever embarrassed by wing pop out. That sounds like a syndrome. It sounds like...
Yeah, if you or a loved one suffers from wing pop out. Ew.
What?
What?
I asked about his ears only because I thought of this part. She gave his purple-covered ear a gentle kiss and a lick.
Wait. So is that his head? Is the purple part his head? Hold on.
Did I change this whole fucking
I'm killing him. Zerg, you're in. Zerg's in. Is that his head? That can't be his head.
She says purple covered ear, so he has an ear. But like, does the cover come off?
I don't.
Like, is it like a wig cap?
It's just one little hole.
She heard Buzz produce a drawn out whimper, and then she knew his wings were about to pop out before they actually happened.
We love ASMR.
I can't do it.
That's good.
With her body so close to his, she had felt his body shudder, and then she heard the as they opened up.
We don't need a soundboard. We'll figure it out ourselves.
She pulled away from him so that she could look at him straight into his eyes.
I thought you said lick at him. Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
She look at him straight into his eyes like they did when they made love. Trust me, Buzz, you'll feel wonderful. It'll feel like I do when you play with my pull string. I know you like that. Hearing my cries of pleasure with your name mixed in, Jessie said.
Ew.
So now there's two kinks in
this. She's
a freak.
She's a freak. Okay.
She gave his shoulder a gentle caress, mentally making sure she had a rein on her self-control. She would have... Just wait. She would have liked to ride his plastic right then.
Oh, no.
So that's beating around the bush.
She really be... Damn.
Yeah.
She into some hard plastic.
He grunted, and she knew she was getting somewhere, as after a short pause after he grunted, he said...
Was it like a... It's the Roblox death noise. Oof. Oof.
Okay, Jessie, you can massage my wings. We love consent. Yes, consent! She nodded. She stood up and walked towards the edge of the couch where Pillow lay and sat upon it. Her legs opened wide, boots touching the cushion of the couch.
These boots were made for fucking. That's just what I'll do.
So that her legs formed a kind of triangle.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. She patted the empty cushion space between her legs.
like she's petting like a you pet a cat. She's just or it's like when a coach after a good baseball game.
Yeah,
like that
kind of.
But who's
Come over here, sexy, Jessie said. With her next statement, she made her voice a little bit sultrier.
Oh, okay.
And don't bother pressing that big red button. Uh-oh. I need them out and ready for these hands. She flexed her small vinyl fingers at him. Vinyl?
She
Vinyl?
flexed her fingers.
Flexing on my eggs.
Look at my wrist shine. Look.
We stand, Lil Pump.
We really don't.
We do.
Vinyl fingers?
Yep. When she knows she's... She could have sworn his knees buckled a little as he walked towards her.
Uh-huh.
Finally, he sat down slowly in between her legs, his wings still open. Jessie relaxed her legs so that her cloth denim legs were next to Buzz's plastic ones. You ready to have your mind blown, baby? She whispered. Jessie leaned forward and kissed his jetpack repeatedly, leaving Buzz having tingles all across the area. We love ASMR tingles! That's his trigger.
Uh-huh. He's really just having an aneurysm. One of the signs, you know? Gotta stay woke. Yeah.
She gave special attention to the screw holes that kept his back screw holes that kept his back closed and his batteries and the switch safe. This area she gave loving, gentle kisses.
Like in the she gonna get tetanus.
She starts unscrewing to kill him.
You're gonna love me. Ew. It's gross.
What? Buzz exhaled, letting out a quiet, "Oh, Jess."
Oh, I thought you said, "Oh yes," but you had an accent. Oh, Jess. Oh, Jess.
Oh, Jess. Do you want me to?
No, it's Spanish Buzz from Toy Story 3. Oh, Jess.
Oh, Jess. Sí.
Sí, mami.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
¿A quién estás diciendo shut up? A mí estás diciendo shut up.
Do you want me to rub your wings nice and hard, stud?
Who would want that? A, are his wings attached to his body? Like, how does he feel anything? Are they just...
It's got sensors on it.
Ew.
I think he's actually a bug from Bug's Life's crossover conspiracy.
We did it. Hey, sisters, welcome to another conspiracy video.
She finally put one hand right on his right wing, right at the area where the wing started. One finger stroked the area up and down and echoed this action a few more times.
Echoed.
Echo.
Finger.
Does this feel good? Baby. Do you want both wings to have this attention? She asked, her voice still a whisper. She did not wait for him to respond.
He's like, what? I couldn't hear you. Can you speak up a little?
Okay.
My helmet's still on.
No, he moves back that purple cover to reveal his ear.
It's like an elf ear.
Where was I?
It's all infected. He hasn't cleaned it.
Green.
Yeah.
Slowly rotting. Alright. She did not wait for him to respond, and so her left hand also touched the other wing, in the same manner as the right side. He sighed. Did that feel good? Jessie asked, repeating her question. She wanted verbal confirmation from the ranger. We love a consensual partner. Consensual. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Do you want me to go side to side or up and down?
Is this Ariana Grande? I'm working side to side. Also, to anyone who doesn't know, I can relate anything oddly to a song. It's just an innate talent I have, and I think Kylie can attest to that.
100%.
It's just weird. So if I'm just referencing songs or vines...
We've tried going to therapy for it.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Diego. I'm a referenceaholic.
I've been here all night.
I've been here all night. Got me working side to side.
I myself am a Vine enthusiast.
We want Vine back.
Not Vine 2. None of that bullshit. I want the OG Vine.
What is up with... You know what? This is
oh
my god. Vine fanfic?
No.
Get ready.
We're not ruining that for me.
Are you ready? That was a dance Kylie had to do.
We don't talk about her. She leaned forward and kissed the back of his head. What? Whatever works, his voice managed to say. Jesse concentrated on the first half of his wings, the interior, before the wings further extended out to where the lights were. As she rubbed the area with her open hand, slowly and firmly, she spoke softly to Buzz. So...
You like jazz? Jesse and
Crossover.
Woody, if they test me, they sorry.
Ride his dick like a Holly.
Is that what Jesse and I, if they test me, if they test me, they a queen for the people.
We stand her.
Yes.
She spoke softly to Buzz. So you want me to figure this out myself?
Ew.
Oops.
Did you have a stroke?
A minor one. I accept this challenge, Mr. Lightyear. I'm gonna massage these critters until you come calling my name. We love alliteration.
Me opening the AP Lit packet. This is what you had to analyze. The author's use of alliteration really just amplified the tension.
There's a lot of assonance in this. Buzz let out a gasp. That was so gay.
That's the gayest thing I've ever done.
Ooh, I think I got some of this early bits, Buzz. What?
What does that mean?
What's an early bit?
I don't know.
You obviously love this.
She has a Fitbit.
A grin upon her face. She watched as Buzz's head lowered as he exhaled. She gathered that Buzz's
I like how Buzz
eyes...
is silent.
Yeah.
Does he have tape over his mouth? Did she tie him? He's
put
dead the whole time. He's asleep.
She took the batteries out. No, she put the helmet back on so she can't hear him. And when Jesse's hands clutched the top edge of the wings a little tighter, it sounds like she's choking him.
It does.
Buzz gasped a little louder, his voice hissing. I think it's because he says Jess, so I think it's like a Jess.
Ew. Like a snake.
Slithery
Slippery little snake.
Jesse detected a little bit of a moan in his reaction and said, I bet you'll be coming so hard after this. Don't do that just yet, baby. She kneaded his wings rhythmically.
Kneaded? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a
5, 6,
it's
7, 8.
Is it dough? Why the word
right?
knead?
Why are we kneading it?
She then pulled out a rolling pin.
She just said
Then you're gonna add some thyme and rosemary.
She starts tossing him up like dough.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your cowgirl? Kneaded his wings rhythmically, tightening her grip on the section of the wing, letting it go, and then moving on to the next part of the wings until she reached the end of the top, finally giving the lights a little squeeze. Why is this so detailed?
I don't know. Like, it's odd detail too.
When she did that, Buzz moaned, but she wasn't done because Jesse begun.
Jesse. Jesse.
Begun to knead the lower part of his wings.
There's that word again.
Buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings.
Sponsor us.
It's one big advertisement.
When she did that, Buzz moaned, but she wasn't done because Jesse begun. Oh, I already said that. Whoops. Buzz groaned audibly. Feels so good, Jesse. Oh.
Again, a man of few words.
Right? Not even like a thanks or this feels good.
Oh.
Want me to go a little faster, Buzz? Jesse asked as she increased the speed that she rubbed Buzz, savoring the moan that erupted from his lips. She whispered, I'll take that as a yes, sweetheart. We love pet names. As Jesse's rubbing massage of Buzz's wings and the lights at the end increased. Oh, is that like his indicator? Like he's close?
I think so. Like
the lights at the end increased. Buzz began to pant, sigh, and moan with increasing frequency.
Okay.
She heard her name more than once. At one point, Buzz inhaled and seemed to stop breathing. He was close. Buzz, whenever you're ready, feel free to come. Jessie whispered. She continued to rub and massage until... Let me just say, what if the family walks in?
What?
Where's Woody?
Andy's watching the whole time.
Where are the other
No, she's still
toys?
in the closet. This is all happening in the closet.
No. Remember they said that they're on the couch now?
Oh,
It's like when the family left. But it's like, where are the other toys? Do they not hear any of this?
They're just all just sitting inside.
They're covering their ears, rocking back and forth. Buzz's head flew upwards and he shouted,
which head
Jesse.
am I talking about? Which head are we talking about?
Well, there's been no mention of a dick so far. It's just been the wings.
Okay, fair enough. Jesse!
With a deep, protracted moan, and he collapsed into Jesse's awaiting arms. She reached over and pressed his red button gently to draw the wings back in to allow Buzz to be closer to her. Jessie watched him silently as she touched his face. She reflected... Oh, she's reflecting.
She's gonna break out. Her oily ass hands.
She reflected that the Space Ranger's orgasm may have been the most intense that she had witnessed. In her arms, he trembled and his eyes were still shut. I think she broke him.
He dead. Oh my fucking god, he fucking dead.
He looked so satisfied. She kissed his forehead tenderly, and she silently watched as he recovered.
Ew.
When his eyes finally opened again, Jessie greeted him with a quiet, "Hi, Buzz."
Hi, bitch. She's bad, baby.
Wow. Even looking up at those wide green eyes felt strong. He blinked. Wow. That was intense.
Wow. That was intense.
Buzz whispered. "How did it feel?" she asked gently, giving his face a tender stroke of his cheek. "Like you described." That's all he said.
Oh, okay.
"Do you feel wonderful?" He let out a gentle, contented sigh and said, "Yes."
She did all this for him, and he can't even say thank you.
Yeah, right? She smiled. "I am so glad." Not I'm. I am so glad, Jessie whispered. She pecked his lips.
Like a bird.
"I need to repay you, cowgirl," he said.
No.
Jessie said. It then dawned on her. "Oh, you'd like to... ... Buzz sat up and moved closer to her, his face nearly touching her ear. "Make you yell my name." Yes, you deserve it. You deserve
Call
it.
me by your name. We stand.
He pulled her hat off and set it higher on the pillow. Next, he leaned forward and pushed her gently onto the cushion. As his lips nearly met her own, she whispered, "You are such a stud to be..."
When you get you a hype man like Jessie.
Where am I? "Oh, you're such a stud to be able to go again so quickly." She gasped as she felt one of his hands touch her pull string ring.
Ew.
So she has she can feel that?
I guess so.
What
Well, if he can feel the wings, I guess she
yeah,
can feel
yeah.
the...
What kind of boyfriend would I be if I didn't give you satisfaction after you blew my mind?
Another boyfriend or girlfriend?
I guess.
But Woody...
Buzz said, she said, "Fuck you, Woody." She's like, "I'm moving on to my next side."
True.
His lips then devoured her own.
Oh. Ew, like two snakes just trying to swallow each other.
While giving her pull string a tug. When the kiss ended, she looked at him, touching his chest gingerly.
I prefer honey.
"I want you. Now."
Okay.
That was all it took. Soon Buzz was positioned directly against her. Her legs wrapped partially around his. But wasn't she wearing jeans? What happened to the jeans? Isn't he wearing a full-on astronaut suit?
Is he still the suit? It's bulky, huh? Ew.
What? Before he pushed against her groin, he gave her string... groin! He gave her string a little pull and touched her seam on her groin with the same enthusiasm that Jessie had given his wings recently.
God.
Jessie moaned
Jessie
moaned extendedly. "Buzz," she whispered, her eyes shutting. Finally, he pushed against her groin, and she returned the pushing, wrapping her arms around his upper body, pulling him closer. He kissed her again, deeper. The two continued, her sometimes taking the lead and rolling Buzz onto his back with her being on top, and then rolling over again.
I guess you could call that cowgirl.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. They laughed lovingly from the tingled limbs and other funny issues this caused and went on. When they finally reached the climax, Jesse was holding on to him around his neck and his mouth was sucking on her neck. One of his hands was still under her, having recently let go of her pull string. When she came, she cried out his name, her mind feeling like it exploded from the simulation. Buzz's second came. What kind
Is
of...
that the past tense? Is that a plural?
Soon afterwards, groaning her name into her ear. Jesse had not expected his orgasm this time was going to be anything like that of the one he had not 10 minutes before. His body still recovering, but it was nice that he still managed it.
Okay.
As they laid next to each other on the pillow, clutching each other, relishing the afterglow.
I prefer ketchup.
I hate you.
Ketchuping.
Jesse whispered, "So baby, still embarrassed about your wings?" He looked at her and shook his head. No. He whispered. He kissed her cheek. Sure enough, true to his word and to her intense happiness, the next time that his wings popped out and Woody or someone else made fun of him, he was not embarrassed. Not at all. And Jesse knew that, because he stopped looking like he was going to run away or hide when it happened, and started looking proud of the reaction. Wow. That was really full circle.
Jesse destroyed body dysphoria.
We love an
single-handedly
icon. She did that.
What did she do? That. You know what the tagline for this should have been? You've got a friend in me.
But they were never inside of each other. Weren't they just rubbing groins?
Oh, you're right. That's kind of weird.
You got a friend on top of
me. Do you think, like, instead of cum, it's just, like, fluff?
But isn't that, like, their, like, intestines, too? Like... I
don't know.
It's just a wet spot.
Anatomically, this makes me uncomfortable.
How was that?
We have 4 ways we're going to rank fanfiction.
You know.
So the first one is beating around the bush factor.
I think it
got in there.
Yeah.
The characterization was there.
Yeah.
Because she was very, like, Mr. Grey. And he was very, like...
He was so quiet. I didn't like that.
Wow. Yes.
Jesse.
But then when it was his turn, he got a little
into it. He got pretty dom on her.
I mean, it was pretty...
Yeah,
it was a dynamic character.
Yeah.
But, like, beating around the bush...
I'd give this...
She used the words, like, need.
Yeah. I think one being...
Like, the most vague thing we've read.
Okay. I think this was a solid 8.
8? It got into it. It did.
It was... Yeah.
It really did. Okay, and now we're going to go into the arousal-meter. They're toys.
That was hard, yeah.
They're toys.
And it was... Anatomically, I can't relate to that. So that's like a solid, like, 2.
Hey, babe, wanna, like, rub groins?
Yeah, I wanna rub seams, like...
Seams? Well, it seems to me that would be uncomfortable.
I'd go with the 2. Yeah, I feel like there has to be something worse out. Nah, you know, I'll give it a 3 because I know there's worse things out there.
I'm keeping it a 2.
I'll say a 3.
Okay, laughability. That was a fun one.
That was fun. I mean, the way she described the massage and everything, like, she went in.
She went in. You know, reading fanfic, it's hard to tell when people are, like, serious or not. Yeah. I think that this one was one of those.
Yeah.
Because, like, I really wonder if someone, like, was like, you know what I'm going to do? She's like, about Woody and Jesse rubbing groins against each other.
You know, she's like, you know what really gets me hot at night?
Gears.
I was going to say that. She's like, you know what really gets me hot at night? Buzz and Jesse.
But if there's people out there, like, oh, you do
to each his own, man.
Yeah, you do you.
I can't judge.
Overall enjoyment. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
we didn't rank it for laughability.
Oh.
I think a solid 8.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give that one an 8.
Yeah, there were some moments where it's just like...
Yeah.
And then overall enjoyment?
I'd give it an 8.
An 8.
We started off pretty strong.
Yeah.
Can't complain with that. I hope we ruin Toy Story
for
you
all of
forever.
You.
Whenever you see
Every
Buzz's
single
wings,
day.
you know what's going on.
You know exactly what's going to happen.
You know what's about to go down.
All right, so now we're going to move into my fanfiction.
Which I'm genuinely terrified to hear.
It's called... Okay, here. I'm just going to give you the title. Mm-hmm. Now, when I say my fanfiction, I want it to be clear. We didn't write this.
We found these.
We found these. So, please...
We'll read my fanfiction another time.
Except for Kylie, yeah. Kylie's weird. Okay, ready? It's called Two Boys, One Tub by Kylie and I for Life.
Do I get what genre we're reading this from? Like what film or TV show?
Rated M, English, romance and humor. I'm going to read you the character list and see if we can find out. Justin Russo, Max Russo. It was published June 20th, 2010.
Wow. Oldie but goldie, am I right?
And it's as requested. Another Justin/Max didn't know so many people liked him. XD.
As requested?
So this person...
Wizards of Waverly Place was my favorite.
It was a good show.
Yeah, that was
that
iconic.
Show. And like I was like looking up Disney movies trying to find fan fiction. But then I was like, Disney Channel was pretty important too in our development.
Yeah, yeah.
So was it
yes, please.
Everything is not what it seems when you can have anything at the slightest of ease. And
you go to extremes because everything is not what it seems. So, the fact that this is incest is...
yeah, so let's get that out.
I don't... This is going to be hard for me to get through, but I'm going to predict that Max...
So incest is worse than two toys.
It's because incest is so much more realistic. With toys,
it's
like, haha, it's funny. With incest, it's like, that could happen.
You ever been to Georgia?
Once you go south, you never go back.
You have white family. No.
We don't talk about that. No. Okay. I'm going to say Max is in there in the bathroom, just trying to take a nice relaxing bath. Justin walks in to, he needs something like a toothbrush. And who does he see in the bathtub? Max. Oh, and what's going on down there? Oops, I think someone's getting excited.
Here's the thing. Here's the tea, sis. I think David Henry, that's his name, is very attractive.
Very.
I still think he was one of my first crushes on TV as a little gay boy. I was like, yes! When he didn't win the Wizard Tri-Cup, whatever. Wizard Tri-Cup, it's Harry Potter. No, when he didn't win the, like...
the crossover!
Yeah, when he didn't win, I was devastated. I was like, they did my boy dirty. And he's tatted and he's ripped. I don't know if people know that. He's like a professional hockey player.
What?
Yes, but the reason he always wore long sleeves was because he was tatted. So the producers didn't want the tattoos to show in the show.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh my god, he's so fine, Kylie. He makes me feel some sort of way. And it's just like, hey David, like, hit me up, boy.
I'm up.
Where my hug at?
Where my hug?
So yeah, so that's just a little preface.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready? Okay, let's get started. Two boys, one tub. Justin! Max screamed from the bathroom. Help me, please! Justin scrambled from his bed, racing through the hall. Max never called him for help. This had to be serious. What? He said, getting to the doorway, shutting the door behind him. I can't get my back, Max said woefully.
That's literally your level of dramatic. You're literally that dramatic.
Kylie, I need your help. No.
You could be screaming bloody murder because you can't reach something.
Okay, you're right. But I like to think this is in front of like an audience. Like there's people watching. Yeah. They're just like, oh.
This is the uncut version of Wizards.
Uncut. I know something else that's uncut.
The pastrami in the kitchen. I'm a pure, wholesome Catholic girl.
Wholesome. Alright. I can't get my back, Max said woefully, turning to face Justin. Justin's eyes widened and he flushed with a combination of annoyance and embarrassment. This isn't an emergency, Max, he whined, trying to avert his eyes. When since had Max... Whoa! We love syntax. When since had Max gotten those and that and all of that?
What is he talking about?
I think he's seen him naked.
So is he talking about
So
like
he's like, when did he get
his
like,
abs?
yeah,
and,
like he's like checking his brother out.
Okay.
I grew up with sisters, so I wouldn't know that sentiment.
I grew up with a brother, but
Uh-huh.
I never checked him out. Not once.
You sure about that?
Jalen, if you're listening, I've never checked you out.
But I'm just emphasizing the words that were
Right,
italicized.
of course.
Okay. For as long as he could remember, Max had always been his little brother. Little being key here. A bit dim-witted, but his sweetness always made up for it. Now he was seeing that Max had a few inches of surprise hidden away. As
Just a few?
as well as a stomach worth double takes.
Oh. Okay.
Also, who takes baths?
Yeah, right?
Like, that's another thing.
Like, if you're taking a bath as your way of getting clean, you're not getting clean.
No, you're bathing in your own fucking dirt.
Yes. So, cleaning your bag is the least
Like,
of your worries.
Okay, anyway. Well, I didn't say it was an emergency, Max said, shrugging. He was all glistening, and his hair was wet, and water was streaming down his back and chest and everything. Justin felt himself rising to attention. Although it might be, if I didn't get my back clean, then I'd have a dirty back. And that could lead to... Max phased out, thinking. STDs?
No!
No barebacks. No barebacks.
Mom, how do you get pregnant?
You have a dirty back.
Yeah, you don't clean your back. You don't clean behind your ears. You're gonna get chlamydia.
You like crabs. Not down there, you don't.
Not back there.
Justin shook his head, walking up to Max and grabbing him by the shoulders. Turn around, he said, hissing when he saw the perfection that was Max's butt. Ah!
Oh my god.
What kissing?
Your butt is swell.
Justin, what do you say, swell? What was that? Justin would say swell. Okay. When had that happened? Had he just not been paying attention all this time?
He better not.
You better not.
You better stop.
Justin had never been one for denial, so he could admit to himself now. Max was giving him a serious boner. Okay, we love an honest queen.
Yeah, you know.
You know? Okay. Oh, that's it, Max moaned, squirming. I owe you, man. A lump was forming itself in Justin's throat. Max looked like one of those hot Greek statues he's always stared at since his childhood. All curves and dips. He didn't want to stop.
Just get him clean and get out of there.
I love APR history. So if you look at Doryphora Spearbearer by Polykleidos, following the golden ratio.
Those are a bunch of big words I don't understand.
We love an APR history. Oh, okay. His heart rate sped up.
Oh no!
I just laughed because it says his heart rate speed up, but I corrected it for them. But okay. He didn't have to stop. A naughty plan began forming itself in his mind.
Oh no, wasn't he the good oldest child?
And it wasn't planning on leaving. He'd have to rely on Max's innocence. It must be really dirty back there. You're taking forever, Max said wispily, a grin on his face. Innocence had never looked so devilishly hot.
Jesus. Oh my god.
She getting into it.
Why is she making Max sound like he's 5 though?
True.
Why are you taking so long?
How do you play this game?
How do you play?
Do you got games on your phone? Alright. Oh no. Justin leaned against the edge of the tub. And before Max could turn, he fell in. Justin, Max said, bending down, just as Justin had hoped for.
Cue the audience laughter.
Are you okay? Justin reached up, grabbing Max around his shoulders. Already his shorts and white t-shirt were soaked. Were soaked. And he could see Max glancing downwards. His hunch had been right.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Fine, he said, pulling Max closer. Just help me up. He decided to let himself go. The rules that usually constantly bogged him down disappearing. He wasn't going to have this bathroom until he got what he wasn't going to leave this bathroom until he got what he wanted. This is when the audience was like, it's like nervous laughter. Like, it's nervous laughter. It's like,
and then there's that one southern guy in the back going, woo!
Yeah! He's like, this is what I came for!
He's like, I know what's going down!
Okay. Max did, having nowhere to hold Justin but around his waist. Are you sure you're fine? He said, making no move to avert his eyes from Justin's chest. Wow. You've got so many abs for a reader person.
A what?
Because Justin's like a nerd. It's like a nerd.
Max on some dumb shit.
Boy, he was dim-witted. Justin smirked at Max's making up of words. Well, you've got a lot for a 15-year-old.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Ew, there's a lot wrong with that.
First of all, how old do you think Justin is?
Like,
is this
17.
legal?
But, okay.
Is it so... I mean, throwing away the whole incest part.
Uh-huh.
Is this allowed?
I mean, I don't know, but we're just gonna assume it. Italians are crazy. Okay.
These wizards.
These wizards, right? He said, proceeding to take off his own shirt. What are you doing? Max squeaked as Justin slipped his shorts off. Oh, me? Well, my clothes are wet. I gotta take them off, Justin said easily. But if I come out, the floor will be wet, right?
We love logic.
I like the way I'm interpreting this. For anyone who may not know in the podcast, I'm an actor.
Quote unquote.
Quote
actor.
unquote.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. I'm going to journalism school, but I'm also acting. I love acting, but that's why I'm kind of digging this.
And I'm just here for comic relief.
You're just a funny person and a good friend of mine. And I love
Hey.
you. Okay. we make out. We make our own fanfiction. Okay. Max, blah, blah, blah. Oh, me? Well, my clothes are wet. I gotta take them off. Oh, I just read that. Max relaxed and nodded, though his cheeks still began turning red as Justin slid off his boxers.
Whoop.
Whoop.
He rips it off.
He whipped it out. So, you want a towel? He asked, looking up at Justin. Justin shook his head, stepping closer to Max.
Stepping? Wait, are
They're
they in the bath?
But I think it's like a bath shower thing.
Oh.
Yeah. You okay? You want to shower with me?
We love flirting.
Max laughed nervously, holding up a bar of soap. Justin pressed his lips to his brother's, and the desperate whimper that escaped from Max's perfectly formed pink lips told him everything.
Oh my god.
Okay. Arms snaked tightly around his shoulders. Soap forgotten. Max wanted this. Probably more than even him. Which would be a feat. Max gasped as he felt Justin's erection against his own organ. Wow.
Organ?
They have a whole organ in
Yeah,
there? They just start playing piano.
The audience is playing this. Was it Alex comes in with her piano? She's like, I'll set the mood.
Candlelight. He pulled away, staring at his brother. How did you know? He asked, searching Justin's eyes for a clue. I didn't really, Justin said. You were good at hiding it.
We love closeted incest.
Max smiled, his lips tingling. He licked them. What now? He asked, the hope in his voice obvious. Another thing Justin loved about him. I made a weird eye contact with you.
That did not help.
Max's innocence made him easy to read. Wait. What? Where am I? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Max's innocence made him easy to read. He had nothing to hide, no hidden agenda, no lies. He was real.
Sorry.
He was real and adorable and out of the blue and all of a sudden sinfully hot.
All of a sudden.
We
love a gay awakening.
Well, I mean, because he's in the shot, like, now that he's, like, into it.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Justin asked, staring into his younger brother's eyes.
I'll tell you
Max
what I
was
want.
at his knees in second. He said, I've been waiting for this thing my whole life.
He's like, you just tell me when.
Looking up at Justin with a smile on his face, the water from the shower keeping his whole body glistening. Justin had to cover his mouth to keep himself from moaning. Blink twice if you need help. I've never before, Max said, gently taking hold of Justin's member, feeling it pulsing beneath. I welcome to Starbucks to you, gold member. Pulsing beneath his fingers, throbbing. The tip was already wet. And then the entire package looked altogether perfect.
I love a Christmas present.
Yeah, it's a nice bow. Do you want to? Max nodded, though he wondered how he would fit it all. He slowly ran his tongue along the side, the texture making him have to reach down and grip his own hard-on for fear of coming. Justin's moans made it harder still, erratic, erotic, and fan-fucking hot.
That is not what it says. That is not what it says. That is alliteration at its finest.
Let's do that again. Erratic, erotic, and fan-fucking hot.
I don't...
What can my E use?
Remember the 3 E's in life.
Erratic, erotic, and fan-fucking hot. Ladies, if he doesn't fit the 3 E's, then
You're gone.
Okay. Max nodded. Oh, wait, I just said that. Max's confidence was built at Justin's reaction, and he proceeded to cover the tip with his tongue, doing what felt natural to him, swirling his tongue around the tip and back, grazing it ever so slightly with his teeth. It's like that SpongeBob episode with the chocolate when he like scrapes it. Justin groaned out his passion, reaching down to gently hold the top of Max's head. He drowns it.
He shoves the soap in his mouth instead.
Guiding him, Max pushed further, holding Justin around his waist for support as he began bobbing, pausing to lick, to suck, to have his mouth and tongue pleasuring Justin was officially his calling.
Oh my god.
So what do you want to do when you're older? Give blowjobs to my older brother. Justin whispered Max's name, his eyes closed. He never felt this amazing in his life. The warmth closing around him, taking in every single inch of him. Max was amazing. Oh, sorry, Bert.
You know, it's what makes you happy in life. You gotta do what you gotta do.
If you want to fuck your brother, you know what I'm saying?
Don't fuck your brother.
Please don't. I'm come. He could barely get a warning out before he ejaculated, feeling a jet stream of seed streaming from him.
That's so scientific.
I see a flower? It had never been this powerful before. Luckily, Max liked cum as much as he liked giving blowjobs.
Oh my god! Has Max done this before?
I don't know. I think he knows what to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He smiled up at Justin, innocent and happy.
When you know you're not gonna be the family wizard.
So you gotta fuck him to get the place. He stood, pressed his face into Justin's shoulder, hugging him tightly. Justin lifted his chin, and shushed her. He kisses his chin, and kissed his brother, letting his tongue explore all the places he'd been dying to visit. Like pasta primavera. Welcome to Olive Garden. When he pulled away, Max was panting from the kiss. Wow, he whispered. That was amazing. Yeah, you did great, Max. Now fuck me.
I 100% almost choked right now.
Purposely, he cuts him off. Oh. Yeah, you did great, Max. Now fuck me.
Oh my! That was the first time I went to go get water this whole podcast.
Yeah, you picked a great time. Justin's eyes widened. What? He said, staring at that voice crack. He said, staring at Max as he got to his hands and knees. Oh!
In the shower? Oh my... Y'all got space like that?
They're wizards, Kylie. He just... room expandious.
Rubio Figaro.
He hadn't even known his... blah, 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 blah. His hands and knees. He hadn't even known his little brother knew the word. Much less what it stood for.
Fuck or what?
Iridocyclitis. But he didn't have to think twice.
So he's ready to go again.
What with Max's ass presented to him on a platter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine dining.
Gotta eat the booty like it's groceries. He got between Max's legs, reaching for the shampoo, and squirted some onto his fingers. It's okay, Max whispered, embarrassed. I've already... He broke off, blushing.
Did he know?
He fucked the vampires next door.
Oh no.
Harper's devastated in this episode. What if Harper watches the whole time and then realizes Justin doesn't like her?
Oh.
Harper's a real queen. Okay. Justin's eyes widened. The thought of Max loosening himself here in the shower was too much for him to handle. Nodding, he held Max's slender waist, pressing gently at his entrance before pushing through. Max shuddered happily, bucking for Justin to move. Justin stilled, forcing himself not to release again into Max's tight little hole. Max whimpered, itching for more. He was soon satisfied.
Well... That was quick.
I wonder if the customers in the sandwich shop can, hear everything.
No, they're all ringing the bell. They're like, I've been waiting for 10 minutes. Why is no one here? What was supposed to be a lunch break it's quickly turned into...
Okay. Where were we? It would
satisfied?
only be fair, Justin whispered as he pushed past each ring of muscles, leading to the bundle of nerves that would have Max screaming his name. To tell you I don't want this to end, you know. I love you, Max. And not just for sex. You understand that, right?
So this isn't just a one-off.
What was that?
What?
Oh, you just, attacked me.
Like this? Get you a guy who cares about you, not just your body.
Yeah, he's like, I care about you and your prostate. Max felt tears brimming, falling, hot, down his cheeks. He nodded, brushing them away. I love you too, he said. Breathing in deeply, Justin reached forward, wiping his cheeks. Excuse me. I need a moment.
Okay. Sorry, this was just getting too sweet for me.
Good, he said, also choked up. And now that we have that out of the way...
Oh my god! He's like, sim hours are over!
Max moaned Justin's name on the first thrust, and it felt so amazing to moan it. He did it again. Justin was relentless, and he had to tell himself over and over not to come.
Alex is in the other room like, what's going on?
Guys, I need to take a shower. The warmth, the heat, the feel of muscle against glorious wet muscle, the friction, the power had Max's mouth open, panting the entire time.
Mouth wide open. Mouth wide open.
Max, the audience just slowly gets up and
Yeah.
leaving.
Except that one southern guy. He's like,
yeah! This is what I'm talking about.
He's like, I remember high school.
Justin flipped him. So he was at the he just
Like, woo! We love wrestling.
Justin flipped him so he was at the edge of the tub, holding on tightly for all he was worth. This felt even better than before, if possible, and Justin was loving the view. Max widened his legs, wondering how he was going to explain the way he walked the next day. It didn't matter.
Side to side.
It didn't matter now, though. Right now, nothing but Justin mattered. And Justin's cock, of course.
Oh. I was like, wow, that sounds so sweet.
And then,
And then, nope.
Justin, he moaned, I'm come. Justin would have Justin would have none of it. Flipping Max yet again, this time to face him. Max stared at Justin, whose eyes were closed in concentration, biting his lips, water clinging to his long eyelashes and hair. He got falsies on. He looked beautiful. Max held his brother's shoulders, trying to moan too loudly, but failing. He leaned against Justin, who stopped thrusting now, instead rotating his hips, controlling Max so he rocked back and forth. This is a lot.
Yeah, in the shower, too. This is all happening in the
Their
shower.
water bill is going to be off the roof.
Is it spilling over? Like, where's it all going?
His eyes opened, and the look in them had Max nearly coming again. A hot smile grazed his lips.
Hot smile?
You want hot? And his tongue flitted out to lick those lips like a little lizard. He's a reptilian. You want to ride me? He murmured, reaching forward to nip at Max's ear. Ew!
Like a rat!
Oh, Justin! Max gasped, reaching out and trailing his hands over Justin's wet chest, thumb brushing his nipples. Never in his life had he imagined he'd been playing pogo stick in his brother's lap.
Oh my god! I will never look at a pogo stick the same way.
Oh, I get it, but I never knew that was a term. Like, cause
yeah, no, I get it, but
in case you needed a visual, and
he
never thought it could be this amazing. Justin licked along his slender neck as he let Max ride him, slowly moving forward, his back curving into a C, then back.
Damn,
then
you got some flexibility. How do you get your back like that?
Spine broke. Slightly faster this time. Max's arms hung lazily over his shoulders, his holding Max's waist loosely. Now faster, faster, harder, faster than that. Max's grip getting tighter as he headed towards his climax. He leaned forward, resting his head on Justin's shoulder, whimpering into it. Then Justin came. Or he came. He wasn't sure which was first. What came first, the chicken or the egg? He didn't care. It felt so amazing. He wrote it out, loving every second of it, and adoring the idea that Justin's seed was inside him. There's that word again.
Seed? I don't like that.
And his
Sounds
all
like a
over
garden.
Justin's stomach. Oh no. Smiling, he scooped up some of the cum with his fingers, offering it to Justin. Justin suckled it off Max's fingers, eagerly staring into his eyes, which Max giggled at the feeling of Justin's tongue, teasing his fingers, swirling around it.
No.
I love you, Justin murmured, pressing his lips
Max
to
is like,
Max's,
bye,
holding
bitch.
him tightly. Max smiled into the kiss, instantly happy. I love you too, he said. But, oh no! What? Justin said, looking around. Max looked at him worriedly. I think we have to shower again, he said. Justin grinned, kissing Max silly all over.
Ew.
Love felt amazing.
Ew.
The end.
No.
Yay.
What a cliffhanger. What the...
Well, because they gotta clean themselves up.
That was intense.
That...
For sure. I don't... There's too many things. I don't know where to start.
That was just... It got... Okay,
yeah,
so...
let's go down the rubric.
Beating the Bush Factor, 10.
Yeah, 100%.
They got into it. There was no fooling around. It was like straight into the story.
I mean, Max dropped to his knees in seconds.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
he went,
he was
I'm
ready. Yeah.
Arouse meter. That one was actually, as a gay male, had me feeling some things, not gonna lie.
As someone who has a brother, did not have me feeling any sort of way.
Okay, good point, girl. But like, aside from like their relationship and stuff, I'm the one Southern guy in the back. Like, yeah! Okay.
It was on a
I'd
scale.
give it a solid 9. I think it was better than the toys.
What did we give the toys
2.
to? Yeah, okay, I'll give it a
Like
4.
I give it like a 7.
You know what? 5, I guess.
Okay. Laughability.
Easily up there. That was...
It was pretty funny. It was funny because, like, the situation was funny, and I think the writer had fun with it.
Yeah. No, like, some of the dialogue, I was like, okay, now fuck me,
No.
you know? like, you gotta have fun with that.
Yeah. Overall enjoyment. I don't know if it was Toy Story.
Yeah, it wasn't at that... Only because it was, like, it was very, like...
It was too serious.
It was just smut, you know? Nothing fun about it.
There was some funness, but it wasn't like
but it didn't stand out,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
I think like a 7.
I'll go with a 6.
Okay.
I'll save my 7.
6.5.
Yeah.
Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? All right. So
Ariana Grande, was that you?
Yeah, I can hit the whistle notes. Well, we're at...
He's lying.
17 minutes.
Damn.
So I think we should wrap it up.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
So, you know what else you need to wrap up?
You're
If you don't want STDs...
If you don't
You're back! You have to wash your back!
Don't forget to wash your
That was the
back!
funny part. So, I hope you guys liked the first episode of the podcast.
I think we started out pretty strong. This was good.
This is all one take, too.
Yeah.
I really... We
don't need
just
anything.
Talk.
Yeah.
I think this is just like one of our conversations we'd have regardless.
Literally.
So, I think I had fun. I had fun with you.
I had
with
a lot of
Fanfiction.
fun.
And guys, it's like, give us ideas.
Like, comment, subscribe.
No, really, give us ideas of like what
genre you want.
What themes?
What theme.
I think Disney was fun.
Yeah,
we
it's
could do
pretty
like
broad.
Disney Part 2 in the future, maybe.
Yeah. If you want like just specific Disney shows or just
Exactly.
Disney movies, Pixar,
Yeah.
which is right up there.
And remember, no matter which book you want, the
library
library
is
is open. Bye.